starting off today's video, I'm going to start off with the solar eclipse because I need to get a specific item, the broken hero sword, which is dropped from Mothron in this event, so that I can craft the Terrorblade. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I did die quite a bit during this event. And I want the Terrorblade because the Terrorblade is literally like the next best weapon that I can have. Aside from everything that I currently have, the next best weapon is the Terrorblade. Except for, you know, pretty much Moonlord stuff. But I can't have Moonlord stuff because I'm not ready for Moonlord yet. So, I just want to talk about real quick. We're at 181 subscribers. That's crazy. Literally the video that I had posted before we had hit that, I think I had like maybe 116, 126. We're at 181. I just want to say thank you guys so much. That we got so many more subscribers than I expected. I am trying to hit a goal of 500 before the end of the year. So if you subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, one of the videos hit almost 2,000 views, probably at 2,000 views by now. It's up in the top right. And then I have another video that just surpassed 1.2 thousand views, which I think is insane, because I never expected one of my videos to get into the upper thousands, like a normal video to get into the upper thousands. I guess, is it technically lower thousands? I don't know. I never expected it to even get close to 2,000 views, especially for the video that it is. So I just want to thank you guys so much again, because that was so insane to watch and see everything happen, but it was a lot of fun. Another thing I want to talk about. Shoot, I had something I want to talk about. Oh, I will hopefully have a video up next time, but I can't be 100% sure. I'm also fighting Golem. Sorry if I'm all over the place. Hopefully I have a video for next time. I almost didn't have a video this time because I just started Driver vs. Ed, and that goes from 3 to 7. So I'm literally recording this audio at 7:54 p.m. So it's night. I got to go to school tomorrow. So much fun, but it's okay. I'm gonna get this done. We defeated Golem because Golem is actually a lot easier than I expected. For whatever reason, Golem as a mage was hard. I lost so many times to him, but this time, he's kind of easy. I think I fought him multiple times. Maybe it's because we have a lot more defense than we did playing as a mage, because as a mage, well, there was not a lot of defense. Whereas playing as not a mage, you have a lot more defense. It's going to be really difficult with Summoner, which is the one that I'm currently working on, because I don't know if you guys know this, but after I finish one, I go to the next one, and then I start posting for the one that I've already finished. That way I have content hopefully constantly flowing, but it's not always perfect. But the next one is Summoner, because that's what was voted for on Instagram, so lots of fun. So far, it's been pretty good. I'm not going to spoil anything yet. But, man, playing a Summoner early game really, really hurts. That's one of the hardest things I think I've done. I think Mage is easier than Summoner. I think Summoner's going to be the hardest one. But I don't want to spoil too much of, playing as Summoner. Because, right now, we're playing as Melee. I'll talk about Summoner when I'm playing as a Summoner. But, I'm not going to lie, playing as a Melee so far has been really easy. As soon as you figure out all the strategies and everything, it's like, oh, this is too easy. It feels like cheating, almost, playing as Melee. But so far, out of both Melee and Mage, I actually really like Mage a lot more than I like Melee. Mainly because the progression, even though it was so difficult and made me want to throw my computer out of a window several times, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having to go and figure out how I was going to get to my next weapon and what I needed so that I could get the next thing. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know, just for whatever reason, Mage has been more fun because of the struggle than Melee is because of how easy it is. Don't get me wrong, Melee is an easy class and it's really nice. I say it's easy, but that's because I kind of knew what to do already. But Melee can be hard if you don't have the right materials and you don't farm the correct way. But I guess the same goes for every class, technically. my conclusion is that Mage has been the most fun so far, in my opinion, which I'm sure is definitely an uncommon, what is it? Opinion, an uncommon opinion, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, Mage? Ugh, no, I don't want to play as a Mage. Whereas if you have me who is like, yeah, I might go play Mage again, just because I liked playing as a Mage a lot. Because, I don't want to say it was easy, but, because it was actually very much hard. It was just one of the most fun I've had. But, currently I'm putting up trophies. I think I forgot which order, and then I went and I put them back in the normal order. I wanted to say natural order, but that's incorrect. And then I had to remember the Flying Dutchman trophy and everything, because I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to these trophies, I think I've been doing pretty good at making sure that everything's in order, but after Flying Dutchman and whatnot, it gets a little difficult. Also, sorry if this one right here is super sped up. There was supposed to be like 4 Duke Fishron fights. I think I only kept in 1. I think I was like, okay, this is moving too fast. Then I kept it in 1, and this fight kind of takes a long time, just because of how everything is set up. I found out that light discs do damage both if you throw them and hit the boss or enemy, and when they're coming back. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but it's super helpful against Duke Fishron. You throw them, and then you teleport, and like they're coming back and they hit Duke Fishron. For whatever reason, that was like one of the most helpful things I think I had done, and that's what made it so that I could get this a lot faster instead of just having Duke Fishron show up, and then I had to hit him with the Terrorblade. Which the old Terrorblade, I'm not gonna lie, was a lot better. It would have made this go by so much quicker because it goes through the blocks. And that's one of the nice things about how this is set up, is the light discs, I guess they already kind of do go through blocks depending on how you throw them. But with these, it was, if the old Terrorblade was still here, the Terrorblade shards would go through the wall because of how everything's set up. But it makes it so that the Typhoon that Duke Fishron shoots goes through the wall and then hits on the inside, so that the majority of the sharks die on the inside instead of hitting you, which is really nice. It's kind of like the Mage one that we did in the Mage series, except for this one, you know, kind of favors the melee class a little bit more. That way I can get more hits in. Sorry also if this is nauseating to look at, because I have to go back and forth constantly, and the way that everything was sped up makes it a little too fast for comfort, but I didn't get what I wanted, but I do fight him again, and I still don't get what I want. I really want the Flareon, because for whatever reason, Duke Fishron's Flareon is just one of the best weapons, in my opinion, still, even though, you know, you have way better weapons. But decided to fight Lunatic Cultist because I'm pretty much at endgame, right? I'm at endgame now. I gotta fight Lunatic Cultist. I think I'm ready for Moonlord. I think I have all the armor and everything set up. I'm like, all right, I can do this. This will be easy. And then also I looked it up because I wanted to know for a future video, which weapon was the best for killing Moonlord, like best melee weapon. And I think at the number 5 spot was the Terrorblade. Number 1 spot was the Solar Spear. I don't know what it's called. It's called like the Daybreak. No, the Daybreak's the Flareon, I think. Which, I'm not gonna lie, the Daybreak is kind of cool. I like the Daybreak because it goes through... I swear that's... Solar Eruption. Solar Eruption is what I'm thinking of. The Daybreak was right. The Daybreak is the trident-looking one. You'll see it here in a little bit. But the Solar Eruption is pretty cool because it goes through blocks. It's kind of hard to do damage with because you have to be so close to him. Whereas the Terrorblade, it's like, okay, I can be so far away from him and still hit him. But it's just it comes down to personal preference. If you want to stay a little bit closer to Moonlord, or if you want to be further back. If you want to be further back, I would recommend the Terrorblade or the Daybreak, which is the spear thing that we'll see here in a little bit. But the Daybreak is a throwable spear that after a certain amount of spears goes into the enemy, they explode. So that was nice because then you get the spear damage plus the explosion damage. And whenever the eyes close, they also explode. So it does... I don't think it does any extra damage there. I'd have to go back and see, and I'd have to test it out. But personal favorite for taking out Moonlord with technically pre-Moonlord weapons is the Terrorblade. Mainly because of how easy it was. I think I killed Moonlord on like my 5th attempt. Because I was like, oh, I can't kill Moonlord. What am I doing wrong? Figured it out. I figured out a strategy that worked for me. Anyway, I don't know how many other people would work for it. You'd have to, you know, kind of be in the same boat as me and like, okay, this is over here, this is over here. And you have to know where everything is constantly. And you have to be looking at your health and Moonlord's health and your surroundings and make sure that everything falls into play and that the giant laser beam isn't going to open up anytime soon. It's a mess. It's very good for my brain though, for whatever reasons. Like the chaos is like, oh yeah, no, that's a good thing to have going on. The chaos everywhere of keeping track of everything. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but it worked. Thankfully, because if it didn't, I probably wouldn't have a video. Okay, one thing about the Terrorblade though, when fighting the Lunatic Cultist, is I think this only happens once, maybe twice, but when you go to swing, if you're too close to the Lunatic Cultist when he has his followers with him, you can accidentally hit one, barely, like barely nicking him, you can hit him. So I had to like go right to him and be like, okay, you are right here, and then smack him, or else it literally would not work. Because I think this is my first time fighting Lunatic Cultist, but then I had to go and I had to do it over and over again because I kept dying to Moonlord. I had to fight Lunatic Cultist like, I want to say 4-ish times. Almost 4-ish times. Well, I mean, I had to do a lot more because I didn't get some of the drops that I really needed for the Zenith, and the Zenith is something that I definitely want to get before I end this series 100%, and this is kind of the last episode. I do think that I want to possibly do one more episode. There's not a lot for me to do. I don't have any more bosses to go after except for maybe No, I killed Deerclaps. I think I killed Deerclaps. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any more bosses. I have some events. I have the Frost Moon, the Frost Legion, whatever one it is. That's like the only event I have left, I believe, because I've done Pirates, I've done, what are they called? The Goblin Army. Yeah, I think I've done pretty much everything, except for any special, what are they called? Any special bosses? Because I know that they have specific bosses that I can't fight anymore, like Okram. I can fight Okram on my PS3, but I can't fight him on my PS4 or PC. And then I know that the DS has a special Thanksgiving boss that I don't think anybody else has either. Yeah, I think I have all the bosses defeated. I think this is the last episode I do defeat the rest of the bosses. Right after I defeated the Lunatic Cultist, then I go and I fight Moonlord. After the Celestial Pillars, of course. And for whatever reason, I think I went through and the footage of me crafting is what I was going to say, crafting the Daybreak and the Solar Eruption got corrupted. I think I misclicked again and hit record, and then for whatever reason, OBS was like, yeah, you're not playing any games or anything. Nothing that I can capture anyways. And it's weird. For whatever reason, my OBS is like, yeah, no, you're not recording anything. Do you want me to just record in the background anyway? It's like, I'd rather you not. It's like, all right, I'll record in the background anyway. Like, okay, thanks, man. But I do fight all of the pillars, and then, oh, my OBS, my Adobe is, bugging out. Because again, I'm watching this while I do the voiceover. That way I have everything in the place that I need it to be, and I can talk about everything I want to. This is the one where I actually win the fight after I summoned him, and I made sure to get some buff potions, because buff potions are just, they're the best, guys. I'm not gonna lie, buff potions are really the best. I I don't know if I would have been able to defeat or beat the Mage playthrough without having the buff potions, and I definitely would not be able to get through the Melee class without having the buff potions, and I'm definitely going to have to go and get buff potions for the Summoner, because playing a Summoner is very much difficult when it comes to doing this. I wonder, I haven't gone over and seen this clip in a hot minute, but I don't think it's the one where I go under the thing and then teleport back. Like go underneath my platform and then go all the way back. Or teleport back with the magic mirror. There is one clip where that's what I did, and because it was literally the only thing I could do to not die. But another reason I like the Mage playthrough is because I got a Rod of Discord almost immediately as soon as we went into hard mode. By sheer dumb luck, I got it on like my second elemental. What is his name? Something elemental. I can't remember. Chaos elemental. It literally got it on my second one, and I was like, oh, no way, I got that on my second chaos elemental. Okay, cool. Tried to farm for it on this account. It does not like me at all. It likes me on the other one, but not this one for whatever reason. But that's okay. I didn't need it. It would have been nice to have. It's really nice to have the Rod of Discord, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because when the laser comes out, just because of the class that I'm playing as, and even with Mage, being able to go and teleport to the side, or to the inside of where the lasers are, that way you don't get hit by the laser, like right where the laser just hit, if that makes sense. Like how the laser's going, I could teleport underneath where the laser was at so that it's going above me instead of underneath me. It's just, you know, again, personal preference. I think that as Melee, it would have been easier for me. So this is where it gets kind of chaotic, and this is where I kept dying. I need to heal thanks to the the nurse. So I magic mirror back, go underneath, and then I'd heal to the nurse. I found out that that's the easiest way to do it instead of going inside to go and talk to the nurse. Cause man, it's horrible. Cause I was super low on health, and I had the potion sickness, so I couldn't heal for like another 30 seconds. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I need to go now, because if I don't go now, I'm gonna die. So that's what I ended up doing. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be great, and it worked. Worked out in the end because I end up winning this fight, I believe. It would be horrible if I put in a fight where I die. I believe that I do win this fight. Now I'm not confident anymore in the fact that I win this. Maybe I don't win this. Maybe I just am here with the one where I lose, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is the one I win. But no, oh shoot. Yeah, teleport, had to go back. Thankfully, my immunity frames were up and made it so that I didn't die to that second laser out of who knows what luck was given to me. The fact that I didn't die to that, I think also surprised me. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And then I saw that I wasn't dead, and I'm like, go and get the nurse now! And booked it. Well, I mean, as fast as I can go, as my slow character, you know, can. But again, you can see me using the Daybreak and the Solar Eruption. At least you could see me use the Solar Eruption at the beginning of this fight, and the Daybreak is the spear that I keep throwing. I like both of them, but again, Terrorblade, just out of personal preference, was the better one in my opinion. And also the fact that, you know, I kept getting just barely out of the way of those lasers. I think also really helped, because I was like, okay, I can't be in the way of these lasers or else I'm gonna die. And so I had to just barely get out of the line of sight of them, which is kind of hard, even as a melee class. It's a little bit difficult to get out of the line of sight of those, because I know I had to do that as well for the mage class, or else I would die. And that's when I would use the Rod of Discord and just take the like five hearts of damage for you know, using that too much over being hit and taking insane amount of damage. But with this, I don't remember what I'm using, but I know I'm using a couple of things that give me immunity frames, because I don't know if you guys saw, but I got hit like twice by the eyes, but my immunity frames kicked in, so I wasn't dying to it. So that's one thing that I like about playing as Melee, is you have more of those where it's like, oh hey, your immunity frames, instead of, oh hey, your mana needs to regenerate a lot quicker. It's like, yes, but I want immunity frames. But it's always good to have quicker mana regeneration, just so that you can go and actually win the fight instead of, you know, losing. And if you guys haven't seen my Mage playthrough, definitely check it out. It's in the top right corner. Along with the playlist. The playlist of the Mage playthrough is also in the top right corner. Along with the playlist for the Melee playthrough, if you haven't seen the first episode. Wow, I really should plug those at the start of the video. Goes to show how good I am at this. Very good, I'm very good at this. But I fight Moonlord. Moonlord's dead, and there are the credits appearing. Thanks to the credits. And I got nothing that I wanted. I wanted the special swords that you get, the Meowmere and the Star Rat from Moonlord. And I keep saying wanted, it's mainly because they're for the crafting recipe that I want to craft. I don't want to sound super selfish or whatnot and be like, me, I want. It's more of the ones that I hoped for. Didn't get any of those. But it's good. I get platinum coins for selling some of those. Actually, it's more of gold, but because a lot of them are worth a lot of gold, basically platinum. But had to definitely go in and put in that trophy, because that is like the last trophy I have, I believe. The last trophy oh no, I placed one more trophy after this. One more trophy, because it wouldn't be defeating bosses in Terraria without, you know, going for the other sword that I need from the Pumpkin Moon, right? Because I need the Zenith. That's right. So I have a few more things that I need to do. First is go and fight the Martians so that I can get the influx waiver. I kid you not. I fought the freaking Martians for like, how many times? I fought the Martian Vandus event 3 times, destroyed like 5 Martian probes, and never got a single influx waiver until finally I killed one of the guys, and it dropped 1. And then the next one that spawned, I killed him, and it dropped me another 1. I'm like, you're kidding. Where was this RNG when I needed it the first time? Nowhere in sight. There's nowhere in sight. I'll give you a hint. Nowhere in sight. I have no clue why, but it was like, no. You don't get good RNG. Also, one thing I noticed about platforms and whatnot, platforms as Melee can be a lot smaller than platforms for Mage and Summoner. Because with Mage and Summoner, you need huge platforms so that you don't die. Whereas with Melee, since you have such high defense, you are usually just in a small area anyways. I know I'm using a big area to defeat the entire event that's here, and I believe this is the one where I finally get the influx waiver that I'm looking for. Right? I can't tell, because, you know, it's moving super fast. But this is definitely the event where I get the influx waiver, because, you know, it's kind of the sword I've been looking for so that I can make the Zenith, because that's like the best sword in the game. And of course, it is definitely overrated having the Zenith, but I wanted it just because I did not believe in my ability to kill Empress of Light. I'm not gonna lie, Empress of Light fight was scary to me. Even though the progression guide that I looked at for a video of mine said that you should do Empress of Light and then Moonlord, that way you can fly infinitely. I still fight Moonlord and then Empress of Light, and that's gonna have to change for what is it? My next one that I do, the Summoner. I'm gonna have to do Empress of Light and then Moonlord so that I can get the Terra Prisma, which is a really, really good summon weapon for those who don't know. Also, I'm fighting the Pumpkin Moon because I need the Huntsman's Blade, Horseman's Blade, one of these two. Even though it's dropped by the Pumpkin instead of the Horseman, it's a weird sword, but you know, it's good and it's used for the Zenith, so it's definitely worth getting. But I don't know, for whatever reason, the Star Wrath is just like one of the best swords. It's pretty much the, what's it called? Star Fury. It's like the Star Fury, but better. Like 10 times better. 100 times better, actually. It does more damage and it drops more stars. Also, another thing that I'm going to mention is the fact that there are 2 ways to get the last sword that I need for this actual build of mine that I want to do, the Zenith sword. You need a sword called the Enchanted Sword, and you can get that one of 2 ways. You can get it from a sword shrine that has a small chance that it does not spawn in your world. Very small chance that it doesn't spawn in your world. Unfortunately, I was unable to find one in my world. So I did create a new world with a specific seed so that I could get the sword. Instead of using a, like, fishing, even though I love fishing, don't get me wrong, I love fishing. I don't want to contradict myself in one of the earlier episodes where I said I love fishing. I love fishing. But I'm not going to look for a 1 in 50% chance for a titanium crate, which is already rare in itself, to get the enchanted sword. Okay, let me explain this. I am not in journey mode. I can't just duplicate those crates and then open those crates. That's not a thing for me. I have to go and I have to sit through every single second of getting those. So yeah, I didn't want to sit through that. Long story short, so I did cheat a little bit for my final sword. Please don't be mad at me. Please, because I really didn't want to sit there and farm for this stupid, what is it called? Shoot. I can't think of the name. Enchanted Sword. But I got all the swords that I needed so that I could craft my Zenith sword. I think I have all the swords there currently, all set up and lined up perfectly, nicely and neatly. All I need to do is go to the Mithril Anvil. I think that's the one I have, right? The Mithril Anvil? Yeah, I do have the Mithril Anvil. Oh, no, that's the Orichalcum. Go to my Orichalcum Anvil and craft the Zenith. And of course, it was only a superior, so or does that say superior? Or savage? Sorry, my apologies. It says savage. You know I had to get that thing up to legendary, so I didn't care how much it was gonna cost. I needed to get legendary, and that was my first go. Never mind. Great. My first go and I got legendary. I literally expected to do like 5 or 6, maybe even 10 or 11 times, because I literally tried to get legendary on a different item and never had any luck. Here's me fighting just normal Empress of Light, because I was like, oh, can I even take out normal Empress of Light? Then I saw how much damage the Zenith was doing, and I was like, yeah, no, this is a piece of cake. There's no way I died to this. So, I mean, I did it, right? Because look at that damage output. Oh wow, did you see that dodge? I like flew through 2 of those swords. But had this been daytime Empress of Light, I would have died twice now. Yeah, well, that's why I have 2 prismatic lace wings, is because I couldn't just do nighttime Empress of Light. Whenever you do Empress of Light in a video like this, you have to do both nighttime Empress of Light and daytime Empress of Light. Just to flex. Really, that's all it is. Just to flex. Just so that you can be like, oh, wow, I killed daytime and nighttime Empress of Light. Let's go. So, here is my not dying to Empress of Light. Hopefully not dying. I already know how this one ends, but, you know, I came super close to dying like 5 times. And I'm like, alright, I'm not doing that. Killed Empress of Light and yeah, I died. Would have been a lot cooler had I not died, but I died. Here's the trophy. Putting up my last trophies and then setting up my last little bit of armor because I want to have them up in order. And that's it. Thank you for watching.